Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Zano, and this is episode 232 of the world famous, universally loved, best, the highly acclaimed, award winning podcast, best podcast in three galaxies. You and I, we just call it Online Marketing Moves, and we are coming to you live today. Today is Wednesday, March the 24th, 2021, at the time of this recording. Today, ladies and gentlemen, this will be a short podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this podcast is about you. Ladies and gentlemen, this podcast is about you and doing things outside the box when it comes to marketing, when it comes to making money online. Ladies and gentlemen, as you well know, you and I both know, there's a lot of noise when it comes to internet marketing. There's a lot of, a lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of people trying to pull you this way, that way. E-commerce, coaching, consulting, blah, 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 blah. It's a lot of white noise when it comes to internet marketing, online, making money online. So, what can you do to stand out amongst the crowd? You know what you can do? You can go against the grain sometimes. You can do the complete opposite. You don't have to go by the book. Sometimes you have to take your marketing to different levels. All right. What gave me this idea? I enjoy the movie Top Gun, and one particular scene I like is when they're in the room, they're going over. They had these maneuvers. It's sort of like you. It's sort of like if I was your coach or you were my coach. If I was your coach and we was going over some of your marketing strategies, and you was doing things that's not typical of a marketing strategy. This was Maverick was doing. He was in the room, and she asked him. She said, "Why did you do this? Why did you do that?" He said, "I didn't have time to think up there. I'm just going with the gut." And she said, "Well, your gut instinct paid off, but this is not the proper way we do things with the $30 million plane." And at the time, Maverick and the teacher, Charlie, that was her, code sign. At the time, they were not dating yet. Well, I guess they went on a couple of dates, but she had to give him a reevaluation, and Maverick did not like it. He was pissed, and then he took off, and then she chased after him. And it's I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Top Gun. I'm sure you might have. I can't assume. I'm not going to assume, but it's a very powerful moment. And then she says, she's trying to get his attention, and he blows off, and then he takes off in his motorcycle. She follows behind him, and then she says, "You let me finish my statement. I see some real genius in your flying." And he goes, "Is that right?" And she says, "But I can't say that in there. I have to go with the book." But what was that has to do with you a lot. There's always going to be people telling you the bare minimum. There's always going to be people telling you the basics. Of course, we all know everybody and their brother will tell you go to Facebook and do ads. But the thing about Facebook is you don't want to rely on Facebook heavy, because the thing I will tell you this the most, you do not want to rely on one social media platform for too long, okay? You get in, you get out, you start getting leads, of course, you stick with it, but you make sure that you tell them you can find me here, you can find me there. You make sure this is why you get emails. This is why you make sure that you build an email list as well, because at any moment, it's just like last year when President Trump, he threatened to shut down TikTok in America. There's a lot of people that have built a whole brand on TikTok, okay? And can you imagine if all of a sudden you have, 500 some odd thousand followers, and all of a sudden, boom, you just get shut down off the one platform that you're on, and they kick you off. It's and then you don't have a business. You just sort of, what are you going to do? You SOL, you are SOL, correct? Of course. So for you want to switch things up. You want to do things sometimes different. Sometimes you have to do things different, because there's a lot of white noise out here when it comes to internet marketing. There's a lot of, carnival barkers. There's a lot of people, lying, you see it every day. We have all these people now that like, I'm a Forex trader. You have all these people, I'm a Forex trader, or I'm a, I'm in the stock market, and I could teach you a class. First off, my advice to you is, if you want to get into the stock market, either read like Bloomberg Report, Wall Street Journal, pick up a book maybe. I would advise you do not follow people on social media when it comes to investing, because most of the time, a lot of the times, they are scam artists. Unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people are just trying to sell bootleg courses. So be mindful, be careful about, picking up stock tips from, strangers online. All right. But anyway, we'll get back to you. We'll get back to the marketing. Sometimes you have to do things different. You have to shake things up, you don't want to be the person. Can you imagine if you was a person and you was always just screaming on every ad you did for when it comes to your marketing? After a while, people would tune this person out, correct? Of course. If they was always like, call me now, call me now, call now, hey, call me now. You'd be like, how many times is this guy gonna say the same thing? How many times is he gonna scream, It's like when I was growing up, there was a commercial, and it was a car commercial, and the guy, he said the same thing every time, but he talked low, and then he always screamed at the end. So it wasn't 2 minutes of just and I remember the last time I saw it, I laughed and I giggled and I said, I like this guy. But it's in my brain, it's in my memory, So whenever I go back to Missouri to visit my parents, visit my family, and I drive by the car dealership and I go, you pay too much. And it's like, it's catchy, but he has a crescendo, it's not all the time. He's like, hey, we got these great deals, we got these great cars, blah, blah, blah. But it's not like always screaming. It's not always, but he's not always doing the same thing, You can't just get into the habit of doing the same thing over and over. Do not be typical. The typical you are, the less results you will have, because now more and more people know, about marketing. More and more people know about sales tactics. I'm not saying that that you can't use these strategies and things of this nature, but more and more people are, we all know when somebody's trying to sell you something. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. Like I told you yesterday, selling is not a bad thing. Selling is not a nasty word. It's just like, I don't know if you heard the podcast, but a couple of weeks ago, we had a guy, he came down to our basement. We had a slight leak in downstairs. This guy came and he was trying to sell us $10,000 worth of products. Don't get me wrong, I mean, he had a great pitch. I enjoyed his pitch. I enjoyed what he had to say, but at the time, that's not what we needed. So, I had to pivot off that, and we went somewhere else, and we got our problem fixed, for half the price. But it was we needed, the thing he was trying to sell us was not the thing that we actually needed. So it was a good thing that we didn't go with him. But he had a pitch, and he would say, he would always say, when you get this machine, you'll see the difference. When you get this machine, you'll see the difference, And I said, look at this guy. He's already putting the machine in my hands, And I was like, and I thought about it. I was like, man, that would be nice to have that machine, though. Like I'm going to go back and buy the machine. Don't get me wrong. Because I like the guy and I like this pitch. But at the time, I didn't need it. But eventually, I will need it. So he sold me, But there are techniques you use, but sometimes you want to switch them up, And it all depends on what you are selling. If you're doing a low ticket item, like I'm an affiliate for two products. One has one has low ticket, high ticket, doesn't matter. And the other one's just a low ticket. For the low ticket, I send out emails, I make the phone calls, I put out, don't get me wrong, I put out 100% effort, but the dialogue, the verbiage that I had to use, doesn't have to be as, powerful or as wordy. I don't have to go into great lengths about, the product. I'm like, hey, they have a free trial. If you want to take the free trial, take the free trial. If you do not want to take the free trial, then I'm not going to twist your arm to take a free trial. You know what I mean? Because it's a low ticket item. And I'm like, okay. With the marketing system that I use, it's, low ticket. I mean, it's a great product, don't get me wrong, but it's low ticket. So if I call you on the phone and I say, hey man, I got this great product and you want to try, Would you like to take a 2-week trial? If you say no, then I'm going to say, okay, goodbye. So, but there are different ways that I can go about marketing. Now I need to ramp up when it comes to this. I need to get like PDF workbook. I need to get like sheets. I need to get all this kind of stuff to wrap to make it stand out. Because I'm sure there's plenty of more people that are an affiliate marketed for this product as well. So for me to stand out amongst the crowd, what do I have to do? I had to come with more of a bundle package. I need to come with more stuff. I need to come with more. Hey, I got a PDF. Hey, I got a worksheet. I got this. I got that. I got these bonuses you can use. I got these bonuses you can get if you just take the 2-week try. That's what I'm saying when it's saying you need to think different. Don't just take it. It's because you have to get out of the mentality of, hey, this is a low ticket item, so I'm going to treat it like a low ticket item. No, every item that you are an affiliate for, you need to have the mindset of, hey, I'm going to take this and I'm going to use this. I'm going to treat this like I'm getting $1,000 commission, because the more that you can set your mindset for that, the better off you will be. Don't get me wrong. This is a mistake I made in the beginning because it was low ticket. So I was like, I get a commission of $25 a person. Don't get me wrong. That's good, but I'm like, eh. So at first it's kind of poo-pooing, not really. I'm giving it an effort, but not the effort I need to give. But now, the more I think about it, the more as I go further into the affiliate marketing world, the make money world, I'm like, I need to package this stuff up a whole lot better. And we will get better at that, and we will do more of that. Because these days, as I told you before, marketing is more sophisticated. People are catching on to things. So you have to give more bonuses. You have to give more value to get a customer, and the most important thing that you want to get is you want to get a customer. That's the most important thing that you want to do. You want to make sure that you are getting emails. You want to make sure that you are getting customers, because, the hardest thing for you to do is sell somebody the first time. After that, if you treat them good, you give them great customer service, they'll come back. They're not going to buy 100% of the time, but they will keep coming back to buy your affiliate link. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. Just go above and beyond the call of duty. Do what you think is necessary and think outside the box. What are different ways, something that you could do that people don't do when it comes to online marketing. You should after a while, once you build up a great email list, once you build up this, that, and the other, you should start doing things like, hey, would you like a t-shirt? Send me your email, send me your mailing address, and I'll send you a t-shirt. And then you have their mailing address. Not that you're gonna stalk them, but what you can do is they have all these different kind of things. You could order like you can order Christmas cards for your email list. You can get like, birthday cards for your email list. There's all kinds of ways you can do it, because people, even though people try to act like they don't like to get mail, people still like to get mail. And now that everybody's always sending emails and everything else, something that you can start thinking about is how can you reach people to the mailbox? How can you start sending out personal letters, notes, and things of that nature? Because there's a lot more. I would be happier to receive a letter in the mail from somebody than just a random email. You know what I mean? So if you once you start getting into that kind of thinking, then your marketing and everything else will really take off. So you want to start thinking outside the box. You really want to start thinking about the different things I can do to get a client, to get a customer. You really want to start digging deep and just start writing this stuff down and figuring out how, why and which way I can start getting more and more clientele, when it comes to affiliate marketing, online marketing, because the most important thing is you want to build that list. Not only do you want to build a list, you want to build a list that's going to be responsive. You don't want to build an email list that is just going to sort of sit on the fence, hum and haw. I don't know. No, you want to take action. You want to make sure that you are, if you have a nice email list of 2,000, 2,500 people, you want to make sure that these people are buying from you on a regular basis. So you want to make sure you have stuff. You want to make sure that you have things that they can buy on a regular basis. All right. So with that being said, make sure you are thinking outside the box. Make sure you are writing different things that you can market down. Make sure you are writing different things down. Whatever niche you are in, think about that and just think about different things that you can do to market yourself and market to your customer base. All right. So I hope this helps you out. Let me know. You can always email us at tony@onlinemarketingmoves.com. Also, go to the YouTube channel, click subscribe, check us out. And you can go to the Facebook page. You can hit the thumbs up. You can like us. You can follow us on the Facebook page, Online Marketing Moves. And yeah, that's it for the plugs today. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I was happy to be here with you today. You know how that goes. But anyway, everybody, we will be back tomorrow with another hard-hitting episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Zano, and as always, everybody, peace.